Very good morning. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to see input modeling. This is under module number 4. So the topics we are going to discuss about is goodness of fit test, fitting a non-stationary Poisson process, and selecting input models without data. So these are the three important topics we are going to see in the input modeling. Before going to this, we need to know while we processing the input to output, there is a transformation technique. So before that, we have to go for raw data. So raw data we are going to apply for the input variables, and input we are going to send it to the performance of simulation measure, and through we are going to send through the output. So this is how it will be transferring. So what is actually a goodness of fit test? So in this, if for example any machine parts is going to break down, of any of our project got struck, so then there is a repair person who is having an assistance to assist all the repair parts, and he is guiding the preventive maintenance for those parts. So this is how goodness of fit test and Poisson process. In this we are going to see actually in this what we have to know is for each unit time there is an arrivals. So arrivals will be occurring for each unit time, and in this Poisson process we do have a countably finite and infinite times, and then selecting input models without data. So what are the input models we will see now. So this is the goodness of fit test. So in this we are going to conduct the hypothesis testing on input data distribution by using the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test and chi-square test. So these are the two tests we are going to apply for the hypothesis testing. So what is actually mean these two tests? So these two tests is nothing but we are going to compare with the existing one when rather than comparing with the future one, so that we'll be getting, normally we can get the simulation result very it's inaccurately. So by doing this, by comparing the things with the existing one, can get a proper outcome. Here there is no single correct distribution in real application. For example, they are telling that if very less data is there, then it is unlikely to reject any candidate distribution. If lots of data will be there, it is likely to reject all the candidate distributions. So we have decision finding statements of two things. Type 1 is alpha and type 2 is error beta. So that we are going to see. So this is a statistical decision and state of the null hypothesis, whether the hypothesis testing whether it is true or false. So once we see the statistical decision, either it is reject or accept, based on this we can come to know which type of error has occurred. So there is a procedure to test this with random sample of size and random variable. This follows a specific distribution form is chi-square goodness of fit test. So it just formalizes the idea of comparing the histogram of data to the shape of distribution. Like here histogram is nothing but to identify the shape of the distribution, and candidate density or mass function, we can say. The test is valid for large sample size and for both discrete and continuous distribution assumptions, where parameters are estimated by the maximum likelihood. Like for example, if when we talk about the discrete distribution, then there is a particular point of time only the things will happen. So when we talk about the continuous distributions, there are some assumptions, but though there is a long process, we can't, there is no any particular point of time or anything like that. It's just ongoing process only. We can say the example called water dam. Behind the dam there is a water flow will be taking place always. When we're talking about the discrete distribution, we can say bank is a very good example and best example for the discrete distribution. So from 9 to 4 p.m. there is an interaction between the tellers and the people who are working there, and so in discrete distributions we can process those things from 9 to 4 p.m. and arrange the n observations into set of k intervals or cells. So every time there is an observation, frequently will be followed in these kinds of concepts. Now we will see chi-square test with equal probabilities. If a continuous distributional assumptions is being tested, class intervals that are equal in probability rather than equal in width of interval, these should be used by using the formula. This is a maximize to this is the formula to determine the probability associated with each interval to maximize the power of test of a given size. So x naught square is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to k oi minus ei the whole square divided by ei. So this is the formula for chi-square test with equal probabilities. So in this we are going to do some assumption based, that is going to get tested and class intervals are equal in probability, then the width of interval should be used. And Kolmogorov-Smirnov goodness of fit test. So here in this we have a p values and best fit values. So this is particularly useful when sample size are small and when no parameters have been estimated from the data. So here the significance level at which one would just reject H naught for the given test static value. A measure of fit, the larger the better. So like here we can say the large is p value fit and small is a poor value fit. So fitting a non-process stationary Poisson process. So this is a Poisson process. So for each unit of time there is an arrival rate. So fitting a NSPP to arrival data is difficult. So we do have a possible approaches. It's going to fit a very flexible model and with lots of parameters. An approximate constant arrival rate over some basic interval of time, but vary it from time to time. So there is no any constant report or any stable report. So the things which is going to get vary from time to time for each trials. Suppose we need to model arrivals over time t, our approach is the most appropriate. The first thing is observation. So we already saw this observation in previous slides. So every time frequently these observations will be repeatedly will be there to check the time period into k intervals. So like observe the time period repeatedly and count arrivals, or we can say record arrival times. So divide the time period into k equal intervals of length small t is equal to t by k over n periods of observation. Let Cij be the number of arrivals during ith interval on jth period. So we do have a condition for that. So let me see the k interval of length is small t is equal to t by k. So this is the formula we can see in the Poisson process. 1 by n delta t summation j is equal to 1 to n Cij. Thank you.